Jake, did you know that Zeus is a fourth dimensional being?
Meaning what exactly?
Like he's, we're 3D, we're third dimensional beings. He's in the 4D. The evidence being Dionysus's birth story. Zeus had been doing some funky times and got this lady pregnant, and I want to say it was Hera came down and was like, "Oh,
Hera from
that
Star Wars
man's over there."
Rebels?
Yeah, of course. Who else could I have been talking about?
Exactly, that's crazy. Okay, continue.
But yeah, just goes and hey, that man's over there. That's Zeus. If he doesn't prove it to you, you should break up with him. And then she went over. Hey, you Zeus, prove it. He's like, oh no. If I do that, your bad things will happen. Like, sissy. And then he turned into his god form, and then she burst into flames and just disappeared, and it was just Dionysus there on the ground. And then Zeus put him into his leg. The putting him into his leg, that's the important part. That's then later on Dionysus popped out
into his leg.
Into his thigh.
Okay,
it might have been his calf, but just into his leg. So we're 3-dimensional. We're in our worlds, we experience things in 3D, but to a 2-dimensional thing, if we had a piece of paper and there were things on it just living, hopping around, if we were to interact with them, we would only, they'd be able to only experience us in the 2 dimensions. So if we poked our finger through the paper, well, so what if Zeus is a 4th-dimensional being? Him being able to shapeshift and all, it's just the different parts of him coming into our perspective. That's how he was able to just kind of put his child into his leg, and that worked.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything to add to this because I don't even understand the concept of a 4th dimension, so I don't even have anything to dispute against this.
Okay, it do be like that. That's basically all I have to say about that one.
Gamescom happened though.
Yeah, let's do that. I haven't seen I haven't seen much from it.
Okay, yeah, I was about to ask you what games that you saw would you want to talk about, because I have a few.
Yeah, no, dude, I'll have to look it up and see what was even announced.
Yeah, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. First, I'll just go ahead and talk about the one that I was most kind of impressed with. Well, there's one that I'm more excited for, but this is the one I was most impressed with. Fucking Black Myth Wukong. Have you seen anything from that?
No, I saw that you sent the trailer for it.
Yeah, no, the trailer looked really cool. It was kind of, I saw people saying it looked kind of like a Souls-like, but I didn't really get that. It seemed more of action adventure-y, maybe a little bit of Souls, you have melee and you can parry and stuff, but other than that, I don't really see where people are getting Souls comparisons for it. But then it's Chinese mythology. In the thing, there's they play an entire boss fight with this lion or tiger dude. And it's it looks really cool, but it's just a matter of if it'll look as cool as the trailers do, because there are plenty of games that have cool looking trailers.
Yeah. Did you know that before Destiny 1 was all the ideas had been finalized for how it was going to be stylized, there was lion men that you could be. That was one of the races. There were 4 of them instead of just the 3. But yeah,
that's awesome.
We didn't get any lion men. Maybe one day.
Should have been a thing. That would have been hot.
Yeah, that's what they'll do after the saga's over, the light and dark stuff.
The lion saga.
Have to go to another star system. They'll just there'll be big lion star system. All the planets will be lion shaped.
The trailer that I was most excited for, and I'm pretty sure you watched this one too, was fucking Killing Floor 3.
It looks so good.
I didn't think this would ever happen. Figured it was just going to be Killing Floor 2 until the end of time.
I know, dude, and we're getting Payday 3 as well. I don't think that was a Gamescom thing, but that was.
It is.
We got told about that a while ago. That's so good.
It's gonna be so good. We're gonna have some awesome shooters, and whenever they come out, do you remember a release date?
Ooh, I don't even. No, I don't know if there is one.
Killing Floor 3 release date. Mid to late 2024. Okay, that's not even that far off.
That's really good.
Yeah, that's like a year or a little over a year, mid to late. So like summer, fall, or whatever around there. That is going to be awesome when that comes out.
We can pre-order.
Dude,
we can pre-order Payday 3. We can already pre-order Payday 3.
When does that come out?
It says it's coming out this year.
Okay, I'm going to look up a release date because I know this is going to be one. Yeah, September 21st. Yo, wait. That's this month.
Dude, that's like 19 days, or not 19. It's less than 20 at my brain. Oh my gosh.
That is so close. That's okay, hold on.
I didn't even realize it was so close. That
By
is so
the
crazy.
time this episode comes out, it will have been out for a week.
Yeah, it'll be, yeah. That's, oh my god.
Awesome. It's on Game Pass from day one, apparently.
That's hot.
Yeah, but then another one that I saw, and this one wasn't even a game trailer, but it was a trailer for a movie that they're gonna make a game based off of the IP. Rebel Moon. What have you heard about that, if anything?
I have never heard that name in my life.
Yeah, okay, so Rebel Moon, I don't know if it's a pre-existing thing or if they just, like, created it, just out of nowhere, but Zack Snyder is going to be directing a movie for Netflix, which, you know, he signed that deal. That's when they made that zombie movie. That was with this same deal.
Oh, the Army of the Dead?
Yeah.
That one? Dude, that was so good. I loved that movie. I can't wait till they make the cartoon, the animated stuff for it. That's going to be so good. I want to see their time travel shenanigans. See how terrible it is and how upset it makes me.
Dude, and I didn't even realize until I just now looked up the cast. The cast is kind of stacked. Like, okay, it's going to be like a science fiction type thing. Like, it's, you know, in space, obviously, and it's like, you know, there's rebels, I guess is why it's called Rebel Moon, and they're, you know, it's a war in the stars. Cough cough. And there are lightsabers.
Amazing.
I don't think it's supposed to directly be like not a reference, but like not a spoof either, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's meant to be kind of like an off-brand Star Wars, but he said it was heavily influenced by Star Wars or whatever. Like, he said that, like, he's always wanted to make a Star Wars movie, but he doesn't want to follow the rules, so they make their own rules or whatever. There was some quote that Zack Snyder came out with. So it's going to be just edgy Star Wars, basically. I don't know what it's rated, if it's going to be rated R or what the deal is, but I would like it to be. That would be cool.
I want to see someone get decapitated at least once an episode.
That would be awesome. It's a movie, not a show.
Okay, well, sorry, I wasn't really paying attention. I was busy looking at the pre-order bonuses for Payday 3.
It do be like that. But the cast is stacked.
We could play it 3 days early.
3 days early? Snazzy. But,
Yeah.
Sophia Boutella's in it, which I can't think of anything you have seen that she's in. She was the Mummy in that Tom Cruise The Mummy movie.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Like, I know she's a really good actress. I just can't think of anything that you would have seen her in, or like that you would even know of. But anyway, she's good. And then Ray Fisher is also in it. He's fucking Cyborg in the Justice League movie. Then Charlie Hunnam is in it, which he's you know who that is, right?
Maybe.
He had a King Arthur movie. He's the main guy in Sons of Anarchy. He kind of looks like Brad Pitt a little bit. Anyway, that guy. And then Anthony Hopkins, which he's Odin.
Cool. Yeah, I was gonna say I've heard that name. I recognize that one.
Jaimon Hansu. But yeah, anyway, the only reason that was at Gamescom, the trailer for the movie, is that they're gonna make a game out of it, which I don't even know if they said even what kind of genre the game is gonna be in, since it's like sci-fi whatever, I would think. like an action type thing.
Gonna be Cyberpunk.
Yeah, maybe it might be an RPG type deal. I have no idea what it's going to end up being, but the trailer looked really awesome. So
just a direct copy of Cyberpunk.
Yes.
Just direct copy of Cyberpunk, but with none of the bugs.
With lightsabers.
And it's just fixed. Yeah, dude, that'd be sick. They just have a texture over the mantis claws.
Yeah, yeah.
And it just makes them glow. That's all it is.
Yeah.
The only difference.
But then also another trailer that was there. There was a story trailer for Modern Warfare 3. Now, like, obviously, it's a Call of Duty game, so I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to pay money for it, but it had really cool looking rain. Like, I don't know what engine it's in. Like, I don't know if they moved to Unreal Engine 5 or whatever, but the rain looks really good. They did that really well. The weather, I guess. Then there's one thing they announced where this would be the only reason that I would buy this game, which I don't know if this is going to end up being any good or not, but they announced that they're going to have an open world zombies mode.
That's kind of cool.
Which I don't know exactly what the hell that's supposed to mean. Open world zombies mode. There's like not waves then? Just like an open, like Warzone, but zombies. Like, I don't know what they're going for with that. Because that's the only description they gave was open world zombies mode.
Yeah, I have no idea.
So, like, I don't understand that part. But it is what it is.
I guess we will see.
And then, Landon, this is one that you and me might play together for a while. You know Mud Runner and Snow Runner?
Yeah.
They're making...
Yeah.
Expedition, a Mud Runner game. It's just like Mud Runner and Snow Runner, only it's like a lot bigger. Like, I don't want to say open world, but I think it's just like a massive map, and there's like a lot to do on it, and like a whole bunch of different types of terrains. There's mud and snow, and like
well, that's how Snow Runner is too. It's not just
like
snow.
Really rocky terrains and whatever, and there's like a story in it. Like, there's a story, like, I don't know with cutscenes or what, but like, it's a whole thing, and it's...
If it's better than just the text boxes of a story that the other ones give you,
like,
cool.
They're basically taking kind of the gameplay of the Mud Runner games and making like a big, like, game out of it. You know what I mean? Where it's like, the other ones are... just kind of, you go from A to B and there's just the different objectives you can get on whatever.
Sandboxy.
Yeah. You can get on whatever map and then you go here. But then on that one, it's like, I can't remember if it said open world, but from what it looked like you gotta go over large amounts of terrain, and it isn't like you can get up some speed. It isn't like an obstacle every 4 feet or whatever. Like, it's not as hard to navigate.
That's something that I noticed about Snow Runner, because you haven't played that yet, have you?
I don't believe so. No.
Because I played it a little bit. There's like, you can find parts around. Like, I just found this broken down truck and it unlocked a new engine for just my pickup truck that I had, which is how I traveled around, not transporting stuff, and it made it like almost 3 times as fast at its top speed. It was so good for going over all the flat areas. It was so nice.
But
so they've got faster things. You just gotta get the upgrades.
But from what I saw, it really seemed like the map was just gonna be huge and open, and I am all down for that. Like, the small amount of Mud Runner that I have played, I really enjoyed. It just gets like it just gets slow after a certain point.
Yeah. No. Snow Runner is a bit better. It's not as hard to get around. And there's some really stuck things, like different vehicles that are just stuck in the mud in various places or out in like the middle of a lake. Just a big truck out there. How did it get there? Who knows? We got to get it back, and it'll be ours.
All right, so that's all the games that were kind of noteworthy to me at Gamescom. The PlayStation Showcase was a whole lot better as far as things that we would be interested in ever playing.
Speaking of PlayStation Showcase, the PS5 handheld has been out now. I I don't know if it's out, but you can at least, no, I think you can pre-order it at this current time. I don't know when it comes out, but the pre-orders have sold out, which is insane to me.
Yeah.
Because you can only use it on the Wi-Fi. It's not on the same Wi-Fi that your PS5 is on. You can't do it from other places, like if you connected your phone to it or whatever, your computer. It just has so much of a limited range that it can go, and it's $200,
which is insane. Like that, that's
so
almost
expensive.
half of a PS5. Like,
I know, that's so crazy.
I mean, like, I guess I get it as far as because I put like all of the haptics in the controller that you would have in a DualSense, and like that they make the screen all snazzy. But then at the same time, like, why would you make it? Why would you make it not work with like remote play and whatever that you can use not at your house? Like, what would even be the purpose of it if you can't do that? Like, why would they not?
Because it's still over the Wi-Fi too. So like, you're still gonna have connection issues like that because it doesn't use Bluetooth.
That is so stupid. It's like everything that you can think of that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because they could just do it. Yeah, it uses remote play, but if you're at your house, you can just you can just use it with Bluetooth, and it's not a problem. Like, they could make it just both of those things instead of the one thing that they did make it. Like, just the overall direction of what they were even attempting to do with this is just so confusing to me. Because it's like, I don't even know what the purpose is in buying it.
Did they not see how much people love the Wii U? But I guess they did sell out, so it's been successful for them.
It's also crazy that they sold out, because here's me talking insane about, like, what would even be the purpose in buying this? Like, I wouldn't buy it for, the cost of a regular DualSense controller. You know what I mean? But then $200, like, who was out here buying it? And who was out here buying all of them? Because it has to just be one dude that's buying them all, right? Like, people aren't actually buying it to use it. Like, who is this dude out here that is just buying them all?
It doesn't matter who buys them. They're just going to keep making crap for us. They know we're going to keep buying it, just like their increased prices on PS Plus. Why, Sony? I don't want to spend more money.
If on the off chance that the one guy that bought out all of them listens to this, who are you? And why did you buy so many of these? We want to know.
And can I have one?
I don't really want one. You can give 2 to Landon, I guess. I mean,
I'll take them.
I mean, yeah.
It's like 3 if you're willing. No more than 4, though. I don't think I could use more than 4.
And I'm going to go ahead, and since I just finished watching it, I just wanted to be right on the brain. Ahsoka came out, which, when this episode comes out, I don't know if this season has 6 or 8 episodes. If it has 6 episodes, it'll already just be finished by the time this comes out. If it has 8 episodes, then I think it'll have 1 episode left. But in a couple days, the season will be half over. That's the first thing that I would like to point out about these Disney Plus shows. Like, my dude, 6 episodes, and they're like 30 minutes. Like, in 2 days, or whenever it comes out. I think it's on Tuesdays. But in a couple days, like, it'll be half over already. Like, it just started. And that is the crazy part to me. But talking about the actual show, okay, I don't think it's bad. But with the amount of hype that I had whenever they announced it, before, like, Boba Fett and Obi-Wan came out, and we knew what the Disney Plus shows were kind of gonna become. Like, if you took that level of hype, I would be very disappointed. But then if you take my expectations going in right now, it's pretty good, when you're looking at those expectations, because I just kind of wanted to not actively dislike it, and I don't. Like, it's okay. But I can't say much more than that. It's just the next season of Rebels. That's all it is. It's just the next season of Rebels, but in live action. It's barely an Ahsoka show. which I don't really have a problem with.
Didn't you say there were those creatures that were very unsettling to look at, especially in live action?
Unsettling? What the?
What were they called?
Are you talking about the Lothcats? They're
Yeah.
unsettling in animation. They're
They just looked
unsettling in
really weird?
animation. They're cute as fuck in live action. I want one.
Okay. Got that a little mixed up
Yeah,
there.
they're like, because in animation they look like just kind of little creatures and they're just really weird. But in live action,
You know what I want
What?
as a pet? You know what fictional animal or fictional creature I want as a pet? A Hezu from Monster Hunter. During your editing process, you're gonna need to look that up and put a picture of it on the screen,
okay.
just to see. So you'll see how it looks. It's a something.
yeah,
I could ride on it like
that's
a
awesome.
horse.
But
It's
the
big enough.
Lothcat is literally like just alien but cat. Like it's just a cat as a pet, but it's like it's fluffy. Its feet are a little off-putting. Its
It
feet
do
are a
go like
little
that.
like it's got like chicken legs. Like it's got little talon type things.
One of my dogs, Bruce, he's got chicken legs.
A
I
little
have to.
different.
I'll have to send that video. Do you remember? Do you remember that? He had to get like some of his teeth removed. So to put him under, they shaved off the hair on one of his legs. It just had been a really long time since he had gotten a haircut. But he's just super tiny, and especially back then, he was smaller. So his leg, it just looked like he was just walking around with just bones. It just
That's awesome.
nothing over it. Tim asked me if he was okay because it just looked like there was just everything was taken off. He was just walking around skeletonized a little bit.
Yeah. But in Ahsoka, like talking about the actual show, other than the best part, the Lothcat, how all of the characters are portrayed just seems slightly off. Like if you're watching it as a Rebels sequel, you're gonna kind of be like I don't know, like Hera seems just a little weird. Sabine definitely seems like she's acting weird. Ahsoka seems like, I don't know, like not charismatic. Like she's just really slow with everything that she does, and she crosses her arms like every single scene.
Oh, she angry?
It's just little things like that where it's like she always has her arms crossed. It's so weird. The characters that were in Rebels just seem like they're different characters, more or less. Like, yeah, you can tell they are because they look like them, but they just seem off, and I can't put my finger on it. I don't know exactly what it is that makes them seem off. They just don't seem like the same people from the animated show, which is just throwing me off a little bit.
It do be like that. Yeah, I didn't watch Rebels, and I'm probably not going to watch Ahsoka. I might go finish Mandalorian season 3 one day. Probably not anytime soon.
Yeah,
It just don't watch shows very often. I watch stuff with you, and that's mostly it.
Yeah.
Or I'm watching YouTube. Listening
I
to
can't
YouTube.
wait until they either stop making so many shows on Disney Plus and just make movies instead, or they make the Disney Plus shows like good, I guess. Like, they haven't been bad, but when I say good, I mean like they all have kind of the same feel to them, and I think it's because of that the way that they film it, that like stage or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? They have like the LED screens all around them and shit. Like, I think it's because of that. Like, everything just seems not real. Like, there's not very much space for the actors to move around in, and it's just all got this kind of artificial CGI coat over everything. It just doesn't feel authentic, if that makes any sense. Just after so many shows have come out that just look the same and they all look like that, it's just kind of like off-putting just a little bit, because like Andor, which was the best Disney Plus show that they put out, period, Marvel, Star Wars, whatever it is, like they used practical sets for most of that, and it was awesome, and it looked awesome. Like it felt like you were watching a movie every episode.
You're telling me that in WandaVision they didn't actually have a flying man? That it wasn't real?
Oh, no, that part was real.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
No,
So it was just practical effects for Andor. Okay. Well, that's pretty impressive. Then. Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, one thing I am excited for is Loki season 2, because I did enjoy the first season of Loki.
Mm-hmm.
I am looking forward to seeing what happens next. Like, are there even any trailers or anything out about it? I just know that it's going to be a thing.
Yeah, there are
sometime in the future.
I don't know if there are trailers, but there are ads. I've seen so many McDonald's ads that have Loki and Girl Loki. Because she's working at McDonald's for some reason in the ads. I assume that comes into play during the show, but I don't know.
Probably. There's a lot of stuff at McDonald's about it.
Yeah. Like, I think I sent you a picture, like on the back of a cup. It had just a list of various, and like some of them were like music videos, and then there were movies. Like, I don't know what was up with that.
It's so weird.
Yeah, because it's like, I have to imagine that McDonald's has been referenced in more things than just those things, but some of them were like from the 80s or whatever. So it's like, is it just a random assortment of things that they got to collaborate with them on an ad or something? Like, I have no clue. But Landon, you have put down an absolute shit ton of things in the random shit to talk about, but
I did.
But before we get to any of that,
one of them I would like to talk about this, like in this episode specifically, but we'll get to it later. It just happened recently.
Before
do whatever you're gonna say.
Before we get to any of that, it is time for today's obscure quote of the day.
Oh, good. No, Jake, they're just quotes of the day. It's not obscure.
This one is obscure.
Is this one obscure?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Stay here with these walking hairbrushes. Come on, Sindel. They're animals.
Walking hairbrushes?
Yeah. I didn't say it like a question. It's stay here with these walking hairbrushes, and that's like a question mark. Come on, Sindel, they're animals. Do you have a guess? I can help you narrow it down.
Sindel sounds vaguely familiar.
Like, if you have some yes or no questions, I can help you narrow it down.
Man, is it from that Treasure Planet? It's a movie? Is it from that? No.
It is not.
It's not. No. Okay. Nope. That was my guess. I have no. It was Arthur Morgan at the beginning of Red Dead Redemption 2 when he saved John Marston from the wolves.
No. It was Mace Toani in Caravan of Courage, an Ewok adventure.
Okay.
It was a show that ran from like 1977, I think is when it started, or 78. It started when Star Wars started, and it's just
amazing.
Yeah, it's I would say a little step above Star Wars Holiday Special quality.
I want to say I've watched a YouTube video talking about that.
You probably
I listened to a YouTube video talking about that.
Because it's one of those things, like, it's so bad that you don't want to watch it, but it's not bad enough, like the Holiday Special, to where it would be enjoyable to watch it because it's bad. You know what I mean? Like, it would just be, you just want to pluck your eyes out watching it, I feel.
It do be like that.
But yeah, what was the thing that you wanted to talk about in this episode specifically?
I have for you a very special second quote of the day.
Oh no.
This is not an obscure quote of the day. It's just
a quote of the day. All right.
It's here. It's here. Yeah, it's just a quote of the day. I was born with glass bones and paper skin. Every morning. Yeah, okay.
Chocolate.
Yeah. The only reason I thought of that to put that in here is because of my dad he has broken himself so much the past month. Like, in the span of a week, he broke his pinky by getting it smashed in a large piece of machinery that he was helping my grandpa with. And then he had surgery on one half of his hips, getting his bones shaved off that weren't supposed to be there. And then that next day after the surgery, he fell and broke his foot. We don't know how many bones he's broken in his foot. But yeah, it's all on his left side. It's all on his left side. So it's good that his, hip that he had surgery on is on the same side that his foot is broken on, so he can still walk on the one leg. So it's as unfortunate as it is, lucky it was all there.
Yeah, because whenever you told me at first, I was thinking, like, I don't know if it would be fortunate or unfortunate that it's all on the same side.
I guess the hand doesn't matter, but the leg problems being on the same side is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's just so broken. I was saying, by the end of the next week, he's going to be in a full body cast. But nothing's happened since then, so we're all good. Oh, man. It's just so crazy. The one thing that I wanted to talk about specifically was my impromptu work shower.
Yeah.
We went to this catering at this place, and it was really pretty. It was this old mansion that had started construction in like 1826, so it was like a really old house. But it's just the wedding venue. When we got there, it looked like it was going to be stormy. And then right after we got inside, got all our stuff in. And then right after we got inside and got all our stuff in, it just started pouring down.
Yeah.
Like, just, it was literally raining sideways. All the tables and stuff that were outside where people were going to sit and eat, almost all of the tablecloths had flown off. All the decorations on the tables had flown off. It was so crazy. But then the canopy that was over it all, there one spot on it just started pooling up water. It had to have been at least 100 gallons of water. That's probably an insanely exaggerated number because I have zero idea.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It was a lot of water. But we used like a dust mop and some like brooms and such to push it up on the top and just have it to go, like, let the water go back and forth, and just huge amounts of it would just fall out just every time we'd push. And man, from the knees down, my pants and shoes were so wet. But my socks, they're tall, so the tops of them were not wet because my pants absorbed most of the water. So I was able to at least get some bit of relief from wet shoes. So after a while, I went and like pulled them down to where the dry part was on the bottoms of my feet, but it was just a lot of sock hanging off the ends of my toes, and I just kind of folded it up on the top of my foot and then put the shoe back on. And it was fine.
Drive me absolutely insane. I would not be able to do that.
It was bad. It was better than being barefoot in my shoes or just wearing the socks wet like that. It was fine for the first while. It's like that last hour it started to bother me.
Yeah.
It's like they just got a little too saturated.
Yeah. I mean,
but yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that is crazy. That is not what I expected when I read impromptu work shower. I assumed that you like got nasty and you had to shower or something, but no, that was very different.
No, I was just wet. Yeah, it was just wet. Not so much gross like the last time.
Yeah, I think at that point of wetness, I would just wear shoes without socks. Like, I don't know that I would have done the whole like folded over or whatever you did. Like,
my feet are very flat. I had plenty of room in the top of the shoe.
Okay, yeah.
It wasn't like a tight squeeze or nothing.
Like it was with your mom. I mean, ooh.
There was, you know what? You know what, Jake? Just because of that, I'm not gonna push your test till next video. We're doing your test right now. I'm pulling up the link. Okay, give me just a moment.
There's a
okay.
link.
I'm giving you. Yeah, no. It's a list of things, and I'm giving you a spelling test.
Oh no.
Of course, I'll preface this. There's no tricks. This is 100% a normal test, and you will be able to get all of the questions correct. I promise. Can you spell canceled for me? There's not like a reason that the first word is canceled. I just didn't want you to have to spell like accessorized because I don't know. I just felt like picking a shorter word. Yeah. Can you spell canceled for me, please?
Cancelled.
Wrong. It's only one L. Okay, next. Can you spell enroll?
ENROLL.
Wrong. It's only one L. Can you spell fulfill?
I gotta think with the amount of L's in here. And F. Wait.
Fulfill.
FULFILL.
Wrong. There's only two L's in that. You added two L's at the end. There only needed to be one. Can you spell curb?
Curb.
Like the curb on the side of the road.
CURB.
Wrong. It's a K.
What the fuck?
Can you spell offense?
Offense. Like
I took that offensively. Offense.
OFFENSE.
Wrong. It's a C and not an S.
I don't believe that.
Okay, I'll give you the catch here as to what I'm going off of. It's just the differences between the US spelling and the UK spelling.
Okay.
You just spelled it. You spelled almost all of them how we are supposed to spell them. But yeah, that was the whole thing. There's so many words. There's so many words that are just different by one letter.
Color.
That's what I started on. That was like the one that like labor, maneuvers, pediatric, theater, leader, center, airplane, gray, yogurt, herb, license, offense, skeptical.
Yogurt.
There is YOGURT and YOGHURT.
What the actual fuck? Putting an H in there?
Yeah.
That's yogurt.
It's just so weird. There's just such little tiny differences that are stupid. The one that was the funniest to me was curb. How they changed it to a K instead of a C. Because that just seems odd. Because like it doesn't make a difference, but it was okay.
And it took and
keep going if you want. There's plenty of more words.
Okay, well now that I know, I'm gonna try to I know it's the English spelling, so I can try to spell it how I think it would be spelled.
Okay. Spell characterize.
I don't even know how you would fuck up this spelling. It's got to be the Z at the end.
Jake, it doesn't matter.
Be an S
Jake,
or something.
you don't. I mean, that's 100% what it is, but it doesn't matter what you would say. Your answer is wrong because I'm choosing the other one as the correct answer. That's the catch here.
Okay,
that's the double. It's a double catch. You're just out of luck two ways. Like,
what if I spelled like CHARACTERIS/ZED? I'm sorry, S/ZED.
I would count that as incorrect. Sorry. You want to hear about my Titanic theory?
Please enlighten me.
In there. Okay. So there's a you know about that submarine that imploded with those billionaires in it. That was a popular thing a while ago.
Yeah, that was nice. That was fun.
I think that was done because of previous insurance fraud that caused many deaths. Okay. There's a theory that the people who own the Titanic swapped it out with a different boat, the Olympia. They just changed the names on the boats, and purposely crashed it for like just to get insurance money. And there's records of this boat going out to about where the ship crashed a couple hours before it got there and started to sink. So,
Bruh.
pretty sus.
That do be pretty sus. That one is less spicy than like, than like,
Sorry, it's not the
it was
coolest
something
one,
like,
but
Winston Churchill
was
caused
something.
the crash of the, then that'd be a little more, or it's like,
it was actually Hitler.
or,
He came back from the dead, because he's not actually dead. He came out of Antarctica, where the portal to the hole to get down to Agartha is, Hollow Earth, where the giants and dinosaurs still are alive.
Mm-hmm.
He came out from down there, and then he was on the boat and put the stuff there. It was his idea to commit the insurance fraud.
I don't think World War II had happened yet when the Titanic sunk.
Yeah, I have no idea, but it could. I have no idea. I guess I'll have to. Let's see.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I don't know what year it happened in.
Okay, Titanic sank April 14th, 1912.
Okay, yeah, that was like World War One.
Yeah, because World War II was
like
1939 to 1945.
40s.
So it was
just young Hitler conspiring with Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, no, Hitler was born in 1889, so he would have just been in his prime age to go commit sabotage. He had to have been so limber back then, at least with his painting arm.
Was Hitler conspiring with Ronald Reagan, Gerald Ford, James A. Garfield, and George W.
And the Rockefellers. They were there too.
Yeah.
The one that got eaten by the cannibals specifically, he was there.
The Rockefellers. What?
So,
what?
They're just a really, really rich family that has been in a lot of history at different times because they're just very influential.
Okay, that makes sense. I'll buy that. They did Titanic and 9/11 as well. Okay, just all of these people, they're all linked.
Okay, we can say that.
Oh, wait.
No, I mean, because
Landon,
they're all lizards.
Did you not know that Titanic and 9/11 were linked?
How so?
They were just done by the same people. It's just, it's not like they age.
That's true. They are lizard people. They do live way longer than we do. Those thinking of reptiles.
Speaking of reptiles,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're not reptiles though. They're amphibians. Are they not? Because they're turtles.
Are turtles or reptiles?
They're turtles. They're not.
Yeah, because frogs are amphibians.
No,
because frogs are tadpoles first. Turtles are just turtles. They're reptiles. Amphibian is like when you start out with gills and end up with lungs. Like when turtles are born, they're just born turtles, right?
Okay, turtles are reptiles because they have 4 legs. They're cold-blooded, and scales cover their bodies. Amphibians have smooth-scaled, water-permeable coatings. Okay.
Like a froge.
Because, I always figure an amphibian is in water or on land.
Well, it means that
it's got the capabilities of both.
That you swap from gills to lungs at some point during your life.
So I'm an amphibian?
Were you born with gills?
At one point I had them, yeah. So did you hear about that Ukraine soldier that 1v4'd some Russians in a tank? They were in their 4 tanks and he was in his tank, and he 1v4'd him and won.
That seems
he's also addicted to World of Tanks.
That makes a lot of sense. That ties it in very well. That does seem like something Ukraine would do. Ukraine is just a bunch of mad lads.
Yeah, there's like a story about how all of a ton of the soldiers there just play World of Tanks all the time in their free time. And that dude, he was interviewed and said that, you know, when he lost his account, I don't get how you'd lose an account unless it was like hacked by somebody and everything was changed.
Yeah.
But like, you not just hit the forgot password button.
Yeah, I don't get how
forgot the username.
That happens anymore.
I don't know. But he said that losing his account was a much worse feeling than any firefight that he's been in. No,
that is such a gamer thing to say.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what I would do if, like, just somehow I plugged up any of my PlayStations and then all the saves were gone. Like, if something like that happened, losing something big, that would be
so crazy.
Devastating.
Yeah, that would suck. Like, you had to make a new PlayStation account.
Literally thousands of hours of my life.
Yeah, or like you had to make a new PlayStation
that'd
account
be insane.
and didn't have access to any of the games you had purchased.
Gosh, that would be awful.
Yeah.
Be awful. Man, I would lose out on literally hundreds of PlayStation Plus games that I've gotten over the years.
Any of your games, your saves, your trophies, just all gone. Or, I mean, even if you kept your games, like everything that you've bought, but you just didn't have any trophies, that would be horrible. Even
Dude, that would be really fun in some aspects because, like, I would love to go play Infamous again and get a platinum in the God of War games. Like, that would be great to do all that again, but it would hate to be forced into that.
Yeah. Like, you can make a new account and just do that as long as you still had yours, but
I got Psycho Butter. I could go play stuff on there.
Psycho Butter not.
That's half the reason that we did that, didn't we? Didn't we play Infamous on that one night just to see like how fast we could do it?
Yeah, maybe. I don't remember.
Because we recorded it and we just did nothing with that.
Yeah, that was so long ago.
It was really crappy because we like had my headphones just sitting in front of us where it would pick up both of us on the mic. We just couldn't hear the game.
Yeah.
But we'd played it so many times, like that wasn't the important part. But it was, you know, that was something.
Yeah, it was just pretty cringe.
That was so long ago.
It really was. Like that had to have been still in high school.
2017, 2018?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, because we graduated in 19.
That was
so.
Oh, man, I feel so old.
Yeah, it's so weird because it's like.
Have you noticed any gray hairs for you? I'm getting gray hairs already, which is kind of crazy. They're only on the sides of my head.
I don't think you're supposed to have gray hairs yet, Landon.
You know, I mean, my grandma, my mom's grandma, she had started getting gray hairs when she was in her 20s.
That's
so
crazy.
Like, could just be genetics.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. There's not too many of them, but like I notice more and more of them every week.
Yeah.
Like there'll be another one or two that have popped up, and you know, as time goes on, they're gonna start popping up faster and faster. Which I'm kind of looking forward to having gray hair. I think it's gonna do me some good.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna be Witcher in real life by the time I'm 40.
Yeah,
dude, it's gonna be awesome, especially with my hair growing out longer.
You see, I've noticed more red hair on my chin at least than like anything else. Like, I don't think that has to do with me growing or anything. It's just, you know, my facial hair just slightly being a little red on my chin, and that's the only thing that I've noticed that's any different at all.
Yeah, that's how my dad is as well. Well, you know, that's how it used to be. His hair's got a lot more gray in his beard.
Yeah.
Now. So you can't see it, but it used to be much brighter red.
So what?
Which is so weird because like his hair is black, like.
So what was this that the last thing that you typed out in the Discord? Because I have no idea what that means.
The Destiny thing. Okay, so this requires a little bit of backstory. I wrote down Destiny 2 Puka versus Hulu's Puka. It was, I want to say it was 2018. It was like during October, and Hulu had like horror stuff, and there was a few movies that were made, and they were like on there. They were so crappy. They were just, I forget what they were called. I have to look them up. I want to say there were 3 of them. Yeah. Okay. So I at least see 2 of them. It's just Puka and Puka Lives. I don't know if they were like, they probably one had come out a few years ago or whatever. Before I saw them both, but dude, they were so crappy. They weren't bad. I wouldn't watch them again. I didn't not enjoy watching them. Like, you know, I watched both of them, so I had to enjoy them to some extent.
Yeah.
But they weren't good movies. But they weren't bad enough to be so bad that you need to watch it. They would not. It's not Sharknado.
It's not the Star Wars Holiday Special. Which I don't have you ever seen that? You need to watch the Holiday Special one day, and it needs to.
No,
happen.
I haven't.
It's just on YouTube.
Let me send you an image. There's two different pukas. There's like that one that I sent. It's just a dude in the costume and he kills people, but he doesn't realize he's killing people. And then in the second one, that was just so crazy, different, and off the wall, had this monstrosity that was something to look at. It's like it came through a portal from another dimension or some garbage, and it was, you know, possessed things. It should just be like that. In the I started playing Destiny 2 again. There are things that are like ghosts, but they're not like leaning towards one side or the light or the dark. They're kind of neutral. They just kind of flow around the paracausal energy that is there. They look like a ghost, but with little like fish flippers as wings.
Fish flippers.
They're pretty. Watching them go around in the cutscenes. Man, dude, I'm so glad that when Lathan asked me if I wanted to play Destiny, that it just happened to go on sale that next week, the Lightfall DLC. Because, man, I would have been a bit more upset if I spent $50 on it instead of $25. Because it was really short. It was not the greatest.
Yeah.
I really liked the world. It was very pretty. Like, it's a very technologically advanced city that's hidden in some, like, storm clouds on Neptune. You know, like, nobody knew about it because it was a group of people that went off during the Golden Age before all the bad stuff happened. And then after the bad stuff happened, that's when ghosts came about and Guardians started popping up. It's Destiny's got such a rich lore. There's so much of it. But yeah, that city, all the people are like in hibernation kind of. They're still around the city, but in like hologram form. They're all living in virtual reality. But there's two of them that come out and they like get modded. They get to be cyborgs. And the one dude who gives you like the bounties and stuff, he really be caked up. It's kind of disturbing how thick his cheeks are. Like, they didn't need to do that to that robot man.
They absolutely needed to do that.
It was excessive.
They absolutely needed to.
No, why did they give him so much cake, but they don't give the Exo Stranger enough? Like, they're gonna give that robot some, but not this other robot? What's up with that?
Hey, sometimes it's okay to be robot racist. You just prefer one over the other. It's all right.
Jake, go do something, I guess. I don't know. I didn't want to say anything mean there because you weren't being negative towards me, but I couldn't think of like a neutral enough insult.
Insult. That's a new one. Well, if you're watching this short episode, this is probably the shortest episode we've done to this point, isn't it?
Oh yeah, this will be very short. Yeah, we went through my stuff way faster than I thought we were. I didn't talk enough about them.
Yeah. We also went through the Gamescom stuff quicker than I thought we would too. I thought we would. Anyway, if you're watching,
we just be zooming.
If you're watching this short episode on YouTube, we're also on audio versions. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts, which that's all in the description, as is our socials, which that's just Instagram, Twitter, or X, and TikTok. But
no, it's Twitter, dude.
But
isn't there a Twitter Lite app but
What?
it's not X Lite. It's still Twitter Lite. It's like, I don't know what it's for. I just saw
It's like
something
a
about it.
companion app or
I don't know if
some
it was an
shit?
official thing. Yeah, which makes no sense to me. That's why I thought it might not be an official
Yeah.
thing. I just saw some meme about it.
Well, I
I
know
guess, it wasn't a meme. It was just
I know there's
something
some
someone
things
posted.
that are like a different thing. Like for an Apple Watch, there's like a thing that you can get to look on Instagram. It's like a separate app. It's just called Lens, which I don't know if it's like third party or if it's made by Instagram or what. And then there's one for Reddit as well. You can just look at Reddit on the Apple Watch. It's like, I think it's called Nano, but it might be something like that, but Twitter Lite, that doesn't make sense. I mean, it could be a thing for a watch.
Yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me. But if you would like to send in topics or episode ideas at internetcontentpod@gmail.com, which is also linked in the description. But I mean, honestly, at this point, just comment it on the YouTube. Add us on the Twitter. Whatever you want to do, we'll see it for sure.
Yeah, we'll see. We don't have much interaction at the moment. We'll see whatever anyone posts.
But hey, thank you for listening this far, and we hope to see you again in the next one.
Should we go pre-order Payday 3?
Yeah, I'm on it.